Okay guys, the budget comes out today. It's kind of like my Christmas. I can't wait to have a look what's in there and probably yell, "What do you mean?" over and over again. Now I'll show you why this is so important and what I did with the last budget. Now, do you remember how Channel 7 and Channel 9 eventually, I think around, I don't even know when, but months after I spotted it, they started to report on how private schools are going to get more funding than public schools. I thought it was amazing because even in the budget, they're listed as education, non-government, education, government, and the non-government had loads of more cash designated for it. And then if you remember my video I did about the natural disaster relief, well, I've been yelling about that. The earliest documented tweet I have was me pointing out what Scott Morrison did when he was still treasurer. Goes way back. Now on this one, I thought I'd make a point of highlighting how much they put aside for natural disaster relief and how much is for fossil fuel subsidies, pretty much. What else would fuel be? And I kind of feel like if they at least even wanted to appear to give a shit, I've given them plenty of heads up. They can at least attempt to fix this, at least the natural disaster relief thing in this coming budget. But let's see, we'll see. Because if they do further projections that continue to say zero, oh my goodness, will I be yelling for days. Now, a lovely little article I read focusing on the money for infrastructure, and the Parliamentary Library has been unable to locate any public documents which provide a transparent overview of the total infrastructure commitment. The Parliamentary Library has not been able to identify a project commitment in the budget document that equal the government's $75 billion in total. Off-budget accounting for infrastructure projects have been embraced by treasurers in the recent years because it makes it easier to balance the budget, reaching a staggering $70 billion. What that means is they've been doing this shady accounting for that long and that much that they can't account for $70 billion. This is the most problematic part of it. In its pre-budget submission, Infrastructure Partnership Australia called the return to the asset recycling scheme, where states were rewarded with funding for selling public assets, saying it was an effective way of helping to clear the project backlog. You know what that means? Infrastructure. That would be our roads, bridges, rails, and this scheme would encourage states to privatize them, so then you would have to pay more to catch a train, or there will be more tolls, which is, the whole game plan, pretty much the main point of, let's do it.
The Liberal government!
So, I don't know why anyone who's not already rich or somehow benefit off of the horrendous policies they come up with would vote for them. So excited for this next election. Alright, I'll finish this video with one thing. This is the tax rate of income for people in Australia, right? When you search it on the internet, you don't usually see it with the percentages. Most of them just have the brackets, which is, fair, you still get your information. But I think I know why they've stopped making it like this, because it doesn't really look too good when citizens that have a decent income but nothing exciting get taxed more. A lot of them, like the bottom three, most of them have a higher tax rate than corporations. Let's just soak that in for a moment. Now, on the 1st of September 2016, the government introduced Treasury Laws Amendment Enterprise Tax Plan Bill, which I've mentioned in another video. I'm pretty sure I brought this up when I wrote a letter to Crystal Pine. What the Enterprise Tax Plan aimed to do was raise the threshold from 25 million to 50 million, so they don't have to start really paying anything until 50 million instead of 25. Isn't that thoughtful? And now remember what citizens get taxed at. Now, on the 16th of October 2018, the government introduced another amendment, lower taxes for small and medium businesses, which can include a lot more corporations, now to my understanding, when the threshold has been risen. And in 2019-20, tax rate of 27.5%, and then 2020, 26%, and then 2021, 25%. So what they want is for corporations to pay pretty much almost just 6% more tax than the second lowest tax bracket for citizens. Depending on your income, you can get taxed 0%, 19%, 32.5%, 37%, or 45%. And they want to tax corporate entities at 25% by 2021. This is what I mean by corporate greed. The reason I want to point out who donates to our parties is because they're just legalized bribes and corporations donated to them. And whoa, look at that. Corporations don't have to pay as much in tax. Not even as much as you or I have to. So, can't wait for this budget to come out. Oh, and last thing. What do you mean $75 for pensioners and people for their power bills? What a joke. $125 for couples, and it goes for your power bill. So the energy companies might as well just hand them money straight away instead of just laundering it through poor people. Like, next time, just come and spit in our eye. Alright, it'll probably be easier. It'll be cheaper, you bunch of chuds. Oh yeah, I'll do a video where I'm drawing something soon.